Hey, hi everyone. This is Prabhat, co-founder Nected. Today I'll walk you through Nected Decision Engine and show you how easily you can build, manage and iterate complex rules and workflows in just a matter of minutes. But first, let me give you a quick overview of Nected. Nected is a lightweight plug-and-play, low-code, no-code platform designed to act as a central decision engine for companies of all sizes. It empowers you to build, automate, and refine complex data-driven logics as well as workflows by leveraging data from multiple data sources. It enables dynamic and evolving business-wide use cases such as pricing, discounts, rewards, incentives, and even policies like underwriting, claims, insurance, approvals, and more. Here's what makes Nected stand out. It's fast and user-friendly, so you can build workflows on any kind of a rules in less than 30 minutes, and you can iterate within few minutes. It has a business-friendly UI, which empowers even non-technical teams to manage rules and workflows independently, reducing an unnecessary burden over the IT team. Third, it's highly scalable and cost-effective. While it can definitely be used for any real-time mission-critical use cases where you need response in milliseconds, but it can also be used for batch processing where you need to process millions and millions of records within few hours. So now that we have talked about rule, let me jump onto the workflow. The flow was kind of fixed where you have some data feeds to be integrated, and the workflow you can control the steps or the order of execution as you would like. You can execute something before rule and can consume the rule outcome and do something after rule also in whatever order that you would like. To start with, you'll have to define the attributes that you want to pass directly to this workflow API. Like rule, all our workflows are automatically exposed to an API, to webhook, as well as can be invoked via schedule. To define a payload, all you have to do is add a field, type in the name as well as the type that you need, and then type in this. This is all you have to do. Click on test and save. Once you have configured the API, other direct attributes, now you can choose what is that you want to call. So if it is a rule that you want to invoke, then click on the rule and then select the rule that you want to invoke. Post it. Again, all our rules will be converted into a form to map the input to these rules with any of the previous outcomes from the previous nodes. So all you have to do is have to pick and choose the mapping, so whatever that you want to match. Nected makes sure that everything is compatible, so it will be able to match everything that you have. So this is where you can just map it, click on test. Now the outcome of this rule will be accessible to all the subsequent rules to map or to process it anyhow they need. Once I click on save, so this is the rule we have already integrated. Suppose now based on the outcome of this rule, if it is going ahead, I want to pick current loan data from my database or from any of the API to pass on the next. In this case, it will just open a low-code query builder where you can use any kind of a trigger, build any kind of dynamic SQL. You can click on test, and this is where it will fetch more data points based on the rule outcome. Once you click on save, you can have another rule to be called, which again you can map it based on the attributes from previous. If you see here on the correct known data, that is what you'll be able to see. The previous rule outcome, that is what you'll be able to see, as well as the API direct attributes that are coming. So you can actually map it with any of those inputs, pass on to this rule and test it out and see if it is working. This is where we have API integration. So if you have some third-party APIs or vendor API, actually use it. Again, it's all tokenized, so you can use it to fetch any kind of a dynamic data. And these are the outcomes that will now be accessible for you to map it to a feed for the rules. And this way, you can actually keep building on the flows. You also have switch where so this is the switch block, so where you can actually create multiple paths based on, suppose if you have auto approvals, restrictive manual. Again, you can configure any complex condition as you want here. So these could be different paths, and based on each path you can actually perform different actions, again using our current integrators. And this is where you can create any kind of a complex flows, reusing any of the existing workflows or any of the rules. So Nected, again, we are very modular. So in this case, you would be able to reuse any of the rules or workflows that you would have built somewhere to make things not repeatable. To publish into production, all you have to do is test this workflow. Again, this is a UI console that we have given to test all the workflows, where you can put in different scenarios. Click on test now, and here you can see now input output for the each node, see what is working, what are the outcomes that are returning. You can debug it or try it, and then at the end you can see the response that will be passed on. So this way you can see if everything is working, and then only you can go ahead publishing to the production or sending an approval request or review request to publish it. Again, like rule engine, we do have multiple environments, so you would have staging and production as out of the box environment. We can also add up more environments if needed, which we can talk and customize as per your account. And then we do have versioning, where you can see different versions like rules. Also we have approval processes, where you can see if anything is in review. Further, you can see the dependencies in terms of what all things this workflow is using, as well as where all this workflow is being used at, so as to create an impact analysis in case you are changing anything. We also have this versioning, where you can choose which version of the rule this workflow should be using. So in way, if you will choosing the production level rule, then any change in the rule only if you choose the draft, and any change in that rule will affect the workflow execution. So this way you can control or mitigate any kind of impact change to this workflow. And then we also have audit trails. So this is where you can see whatever is happening in terms of who has done what. If it is a success error, if it is a success, what's the response time, and everything will be recorded here from both debugging and compliance perspective. Then we also have access control. This is where you can invite your team members to actually, based on the permission that they have, be it admin, approval, editor, viewer. Tech is the role who have access to only the connectors and the credentials, and this is how you can manage the workspace access. But if you want to give individual rule access, then we do also have access control over individual rules, where you can manage who has access to what rule and what permission. We do also have import export, so you can actually export any of the rule or any of the workflow and then import it back into any of Nected installation. It's a one-click export, wherein we'll export everything that is required by the rule as a dependency, except the credentials, and then you can actually import everything at once into your new installations. This is helpful when you have multiple environments or multi-installation, or you are migrating from SaaS offering to self-hosted. One last thing, we do offer self-hosted version as well along with our SaaS offering. So in this, you can actually set up the whole rule engine into your premise or in your cloud, and that way you will have all your data within your servers. While our SaaS offerings as well as self-hosted both are SOC 2 compliant, ISO and GDPR compliant, but still we understand when it comes to data safety, and if there are compliance to be met, that's where we are offering both kind of deployments as the company would require. So thanks for being patient and hearing about Nected. I'm sure you would have seen how Nected can benefit automating any of your complex decisions, integrating any of your data sources, and helping just not your tech but non-tech teams to effectively build and iterate those rules and flows in minutes. I'm happy to discuss further in your challenges and needs that you want to solve, or your use cases that you're looking forward to implement in Nected. Our team would love to help you and navigate with you to solve all your challenges. You can reach us at assist@nected.ai, or you can talk to our customer care on the numbers mentioned on the website, and we'll be glad to help. Thank you. Thanks everyone.